Hey guys, welcome back to Blox Clips US. Today, we're talking about a movie that completely surprised me. At first glance, Mexico '86 looks like a sports movie about football and the FIFA World Cup. But after watching it, I realized this film is actually much bigger than sports. This movie is about power. It's about ambition. It's about politics. It's about corruption. And most importantly, it's about how far people are willing to go in order to put their country on the global stage. So, in today's video, I'll share my complete spoiler-free review, discuss the story, performances, positives, negatives, and answer the important question: is Mexico '86 worth watching? Let's begin. First of all, let's talk about the story. The movie takes us back to the 1980s, when Mexico was given an unexpected opportunity to host the 1986 FIFA World Cup. Now, if you're expecting a traditional football movie full of matches, training montages, and championship moments, you need to adjust your expectations. Because this movie is not really about football. It's about everything happening behind the scenes. The negotiations, the political games, the manipulation, the deals, the ambition, and the people trying to make the impossible happen. The story follows Martín de la Torre, played by Diego Luna, a clever and highly ambitious figure who becomes deeply involved in the effort to bring the World Cup to Mexico. And honestly, this character is one of the biggest reasons why the movie works. He's not a traditional hero. He's not always a good person. He's flawed. He's manipulative. He's ambitious, and yet he's fascinating to watch. Every time he's on screen, you want to know what he'll do next. Now, let's talk about Diego Luna's performance. Honestly, he carries the entire movie. His charisma, energy, confidence, and humor make Martín an incredibly entertaining character. Even when he's making questionable decisions, you still find yourself invested in his journey. This is one of those performances where the actor completely disappears into the role. And for me, Diego Luna was easily the best part of the film. Now, talking about the tone of the movie. One thing I really liked is that Mexico '86 doesn't take itself too seriously. Yes, there are political themes. Yes, there is corruption. Yes, there are serious issues. But the movie presents them with a satirical and darkly comedic style. There are several moments that genuinely made me laugh. And that humor helps balance the heavier themes. The film constantly walks a line between comedy and drama, and for the most part, it succeeds. Now, let's talk about the visuals. The 1980s atmosphere is recreated beautifully. The costumes, locations, vehicles, and production design all help transport you back in time. The movie feels authentic. It feels lived in. And that historical setting adds a lot of charm to the experience. The cinematography isn't flashy, but it's effective. The focus remains on the characters and the story. And honestly, that was the right choice. Now, let's discuss the biggest strengths of the movie. The first strength is definitely the writing. The dialogue is sharp. The political maneuvering is interesting, and the behind-the-scenes look at how major sporting events happen is fascinating. The second strength is Diego Luna. Without him, the movie wouldn't be nearly as entertaining. The dialogue is sharp. The political maneuvering is interesting, and the behind-the-scenes look at how major sporting events happen is fascinating. The second strength is Diego Luna. Without him, the movie wouldn't be nearly as entertaining. The third strength is originality. Most sports movies focus on athletes. This movie focuses on the people behind the curtain, the people making deals, the people pulling strings. And that's something we don't see very often. Now let's talk about the negatives. The biggest issue is that some viewers may not connect with the political side of the story. If you're expecting a football-focused movie, you may feel disappointed. Because football itself isn't the main attraction here. Another issue is pacing. There are a few sections where the movie slows down because it's explaining political situations and historical events. Some viewers may find those moments less engaging. Also, certain supporting characters could have received more development. The movie spends so much time with Martine that some side characters feel underused. But honestly, these are relatively minor complaints, because overall, the film remains entertaining throughout. Now, let's answer the important question. Can you watch Mexico 86 with your family? For most adults and teenagers, yes. The movie focuses primarily on politics, comedy, sports history, and drama. However, there are some mature themes involving corruption, manipulation, and adult situations, so I'd recommend parental discretion for younger children. For teens and adults, though, it should be perfectly fine. Now, let's talk about my final verdict. I think Mexico 86 is one of the most unique sports-related films released this year. It's funny, it's smart, it's politically interesting, and it tells a story that most people probably never knew existed. Even if you're not a football fan, there's a good chance you'll still enjoy this movie because it's really about ambition and power rather than sports. Personally, I had a great time watching it. My final rating for Mexico 86 is 8 out of 10. If you enjoy political dramas, historical stories, dark comedy, and strong performances, then this movie is definitely worth checking out. So that's my review of Mexico 86. Have you watched the movie yet? And do you think major sporting events are really about sports? Or are they about politics and power? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Blox Clips US for more movie reviews, Netflix updates, and entertainment content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.